This is Austin Theory, and you're listening to the Baby Faces podcast only on iHeart Radio.
This is WWE superstar Grayson Waller, and you are listening to the Baby Faces on iHeart Radio.
What's going on, y'all? It's WWE superstar Kofi Kingston, and you're listening to the Baby Faces on iHeart Radio, baby!
Right, you hear that music? That means we are back again. It is the Baby Faces podcast only on iHeartRadio. We got a new slogan. Free never sounded so good here at iHeartRadio. Just make sure to download that free iHeartRadio app. You can tune into me and my co-host Billy on 97.5 WAMZ. We are promoting a station all the way down in South Carolina because WWE, we got a really strong relationship with them. They're bringing the road to WrestleMania to the North Charleston Arena this weekend, and we have on a very, very, very special guest today. But first, let me go ahead and get to our co-host, Billy Prickett. And you see that guy on the right. That's not our special guest. Our special guest is the guy right below us. Let me go ahead and get a better look at everybody here. Let's see. There we go. That's a little bit better of it. There we go. Austin Theory, you are now back. That officially makes you a reoccurring guest. Welcome to the show, man. How you doing?
Hey, it feels good to be back again. So I guess this show's getting a little Austin Theory live. Check it out.
That's right. You are now our first recurring WWE guest. So, that's a huge accolade for you. Kind of an average day for us, but it's got to be a pretty big moment for you to come on the podcast.
I'm ready for the plaque to be on the wall in the studio.
That's right. OG Baby Faces guy. I love it. Well, hey, Austin, it's no secret. This time of the year is the most exciting time in wrestling. We are on the road to WrestleMania. You've been very lucky in your young career to have quite a few WrestleMania moments already. I know last time we had you on, we talked about your match with John Cena to open last year's WrestleMania, which was an awesome match, awesome moment for you to retain your U.S. championship. And you've even been in the ring with guys like Pat McAfee and Stone Cold Steve Austin on the big stage. So, how do you feel going into this year's WrestleMania, and how do you follow up some big moments like that?
Man, I'm ready to smack somebody in the mouth. That's what I'm ready to do. Like you said, I've been in the ring with those guys, and they're all very lucky to be in the ring with me.
That's right.
Even
Absolutely.
Big Dwayne, everybody's not too happy that The Rock came back. And I told everybody, I told The Rock to his face, I said, it doesn't matter what you got to say. But now everybody's trying to agree with me, But hey, that's been there and it's past. But looking forward to this WrestleMania, man, there's so many different moments that can happen that I can make happen. And I'm just excited to see what happens. So we all got to just stay tuned.
It's a very exciting time in your young career just because we're talking about going to WrestleMania, you're back-to-back WrestleMania to having big spots. And John Cena, the legends you've already kind of been in the ring with and had interactions with. You mentioned The Rock. You told The Rock to his face. You went toe-to-toe with The Rock. Austin, it's kind of really hard to do that nowadays, and especially when it seems like a lot of people have critics of just how you present yourself. You really held your own against the great one. I kind of want to ask you the same thing we kind of asked when you were on here last time, what it was like dealing with Cena and what he said to you. Can you kind of explain what the locker room vibe was like after that promo with The Rock and after your interaction with him? Did Rock give you any words of advice, or how was that received in the back once you got back there from that?
When I got to the back, everybody just stared at me. Everybody kept their mouths shut. They knew what time it was. But man, that whole experience with The Rock, that was so cool. It was so last minute. I literally found out maybe 30 minutes before. And then,
wow.
And I actually met The Rock 5 minutes before that. And we went out there and, we just felt the crowd and let everything rock and everything, that's funny. I say The Rock, but
right. No pun intended.
Yeah. Right. But everything just flowed, man. It worked out really well. And maybe I wasn't supposed to say what I said to The Rock, but I said it because I had to say it,
Mm-hmm.
Had to put everybody on notice. So
Austin, I think that's like a really cool thing that when you mention whatever is supposed to be said or not supposed to be said, when you really kind of blur the lines, I think that helps out. Like, here, Austin, here's Dwayne, here's Austin. All right, now go out and cut a promo, and then boom, that's what you have to do. Like I said, it's not really easy to do that. Now I feel like you managed to handle yourself well in that situation.
Yeah, man, it's one of those things that not everyone can do that, but it's one of those things like when you feel comfortable with yourself. And honestly, I really was just so loose with it, and I just wanted to entertain, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day. And I think we got that accomplished out there.
That's what Billy said. You took it on Billy's side because Billy texted me, this guy is a star right after that.
There it is. A big old star, baby.
Yes, sir. And you've also been teaming with another young star in the business, Grayson Waller, lately, who friend of the show, by the way, has been on the Baby Faces. Actually, both of you guys are in our podcast Open. It's Austin Theory liner, and then it's Grayson Waller liner, and then Kofi Kingston's in there. So just
come on, don't ruin
Theory. Right. But hey, what's it been like teaming with Grayson? And I hope they just announced this tag team ladder match at WrestleMania. I'm hoping you guys can possibly find your way into that. But what's that experience been like teaming with Grayson lately?
Man, it's really cool, especially him being Australian. He teaches me, some cool Australian things and some of the snacks. I don't know too much about that stuff, but yeah, it's been cool, man. And just, being able to kind of take a step back in a way, because, when you have somebody else along the side, with you, and you're doing backstage interviews and you're doing matches with Randy Orton and things like that, like it's really cool to have somebody in it with you and you guys are on the same page, because you guys are kind of doing the same thing. So it's been awesome. And even going to Australia, but we won't talk about that talk show incident. I don't want to bring that up right now.
I mean, that's I'm glad that we're going to shy away from that, because I know like Billy just mentioned, we had Grayson on the show when it was literally, I think actually back-to-back weeks after we had you guys too. So that was a pretty funny thing. I always thought that you guys were a match made in heaven. I thought if you kind of get these two together, they're both really good at talking. They both kind of have that. I told Aaron Stevens this last week, and please don't take this wrong. You guys both have that just kind of like, Kevin Owens is right. You know what I'm saying? You kind of have like a
I don't know about that part.
I would personally never punch you in the face. I would never dare step to you.
Well, you can't,
I'm not going to, because what you do, Austin, I respect it, and it's real, and I don't know what those people overseas are kind of over there thinking. So do you think that you guys left Australia and you think that Perth had a different view of what professional wrestling was, especially WWE, once you guys left your mark at Elimination Chamber?
Oh, absolutely. And what's really crazy is it's one of those things, actually being over there in Australia, really seeing how much of an impact the WWE had on Perth. How huge it was, how many media outlets, how many newspapers we were in, how many places we were. Like every day there was, at least, man, I'd say 10 or, 15 of us doing something. And I even did a meet and greet in the mall there. Never been to the mall, never been to Australia. And I thought it was cool. I'm in the middle of the mall in Australia. I got 300 fans that came out to meet me, and I'm on the other side of the world. So that market over there it's insane, man. And Australia is just one of those places, like, we got to go back.
Did you get to hold a koala, or did you get to see a kangaroo?
So I did see a koala, but I'm good on holding it. I'll just let it stay on that tree. Everybody else, they're all into that. I'm like, yeah, it looks cool right there on the tree.
Yeah,
right.
If you're watching, they look crazy, man.
Yeah, no doubt. If you're watching on the YouTube, I got to shout out this T-shirt that you're rocking here, man. It looks like the old SmackDown logo here.
Dude. Yes, it's the new T-shirt, Austin Theory Live, baby. I went the wrong way.
There we go.
There it is.
Push the merch.
He's always had a good thing with logos. You always have like a good throwback. Even your WrestleMania gear, and it was kind of like the logo theme. It was really. Do you go inspired doing that? Does somebody else kind of pitch with you, or do you just say like, this is what I want on my gear that night?
Man, so I've always had one person that makes my gear. He's made it since I started wrestling. He's made every single pair, whether it was the long tights that I wore on the independent scene, or now it's the biker shorts. But we kind of collab together and kind of come up with ideas. But it seems that the logos of pay-per-views and even this one, this is the old SmackDown logo.
Oh yeah.
But just kind of a collab thing with him. But for the most part, I come up with a lot of my designs.
Well, we're going to be at WrestleMania this year. Shout out to WWE for hooking us up, credentialed to cover our first WrestleMania, and we're super excited to check out the the WWE world that's going on throughout the week and the weekend. You know, what's kind of that like for you as superstars to have that full week of events leading up to obviously the big event of WrestleMania? I imagine it's just a super cool experience.
Yeah, it's just like a blast of, wrestling every day for a week. Everybody around the world comes in, and it's just so many people and so many fans, and there's so many different things that WWE puts on, there's different programs, there's different like access. We have the WWE World thing going on. There's just, pictures, autographs, all that stuff. And even getting to meet a lot of the WWE superstars, that's obviously a huge deal to our fans. And just being able to do a whole week of that, and it's going to go down right there in Philadelphia. So it's going to be awesome.
Absolutely. That's one thing that we are extremely looking forward to, because it seems like they're bringing that access back. It's kind of, ever since after a couple years ago, they kind of switched it to a little bit more of a superstore, but now they're kind of bringing the immersiveness back. And that's one thing that we're excited at content wise. Hopefully we can run into you out there. You never know who you're going to run into, especially being in Philadelphia. Just a quick question. Are you an Atlanta Falcons fan?
Man, if it's Atlanta, I'm with it, man. But I'm actually not a sports fan at all.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you. I know the whole Atlanta thing, and I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan, and they just got rid of Kirk Cousins to go down there. So I was just going to wish you all the luck in the world with that. But,
well, thank you. Thank you for that.
we'll just go ahead and talk about the road to WrestleMania. It's coming up at the North Charleston Arena. It's going down this Saturday in North Charleston. You want to go check it out. We're talking to one of the up-and-coming stars, Austin Theory, in the WWE. Austin, thank you once again so much for coming on again. We always ask this for people that's never been out to a show, especially one of our new markets down there in Charleston, South Carolina. What can you say to the fans that's going to get out there, and what can they expect from a WWE show, especially a WWE Live Road to WrestleMania?
Man, what's so cool is, you even said it right there. We're on the road to WrestleMania. So this changes, the whole show dynamic as itself. Everybody is trying to squeeze into that last WrestleMania spot, trying to make those final, impressions on everybody. And at the same time, this is a WWE live event. So that means that, anybody that's there in the crowd, this is a, really up close and personal experience, because we're all into the crowd. We're focused on the crowd. Whatever we do in the ring, we're watching those reactions. I love doing that. If you guys are going to boo me, I'm going to make sure you want to really boo me. So I'm going to give it to them. So make sure you come out to a WWE live event. It's such an experience. It's fun for family, friends. Maybe you just met some random stranger like on the street. Maybe you should bring him, or maybe not. Maybe that's not safe. But the WWE live events are awesome, man. So, and like I said, again, we're on the road to WrestleMania. So things are getting pretty serious, and you never know what could happen, and you never know who could show up.
Well, Austin, this has been awesome, man. I know you got a lot of media to do today, so we'll get you on your way. Hopefully we might run into you in Philly, and I'm definitely going to have to grab me an Austin Theory t-shirt when I'm
Got to get one
there. So absolutely. Thanks, man.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.